bud.
Like,
Oh, shut up.
getting all fancy.
Okay, we are live on
Oh,
YouTube.
fantastic. Ooh, baby, we are
We
live
All right.
on the YouTube.
we are live on the
Hey,
YouTubes.
we got still about a minute now. We're good.
Let me get a link for you guys.
Yeah, please do, because I definitely want to be able to send that link out to peeps. You know, the
Hey,
0 friends that
Stiffy.
I have, you know,
Link in the chat.
you, Brian. I do my show from over here. Yeah. Oh, alright. Right.
What? Hello?
Yep.
Hello, can you hear me?
Someone talking to me?
Yeah, Brian, can you hear me? It's T-Bone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ooh, man, look at that hair. Ooh, baby. Okay. Well, we are gonna get this party started very, very shortly.
Do you have your camera on, T-Bone? I can't see you.
Yes, I am looking very, very dashing. Thank you very much.
I don't
Brian, can
know
you
why
see me?
it's-
What?
It's 6 o'clock. Are you ready, Brian?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's get this party started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Midday Rush. I'm your host, T-Bone, and with me, as always, pushing buttons, we have our dear Roma Nation.
Happy Monday, y'all. Let's get it.
In our next chair, we have the lovely Elizabeth.
Hello, you guys.
And in our last chair, we have the wise man himself, Brian. How are you doing today, good sir?
Doing pretty good. Sitting here in the booth. Actually, I need to change my background. Sitting here in the booth, pushing buttons, getting the stream out to YouTube, and we are live.
Well, I don't know exactly what the very first article of today is, but Roma, let's start us off. What is it for today, good sir?
All right. Well, this comes to you from CBS News. Xcel Energy. Restoration of power could extend into Monday. Xcel Energy stated at 11 a.m. Sunday that bringing power back online after the overnight windstorm could extend into Monday for some residents of Colorado's Front Range. The company stated that there were 55,000 customers whose power was deliberately cut by the company Saturday afternoon during the state's first public safety power shutdown, along with another 100,000 who lost power accidentally to the windstorm caused damage to the local electric grid. Saturday, Xcel claimed those 55,000 customers would lose electricity in 6 Front Range counties in order to reduce risk of wildfires that could be caused by downed power lines. Xcel began notifying customers 4 hours before they planned the outage, so I'm guessing they learned from Hawaii. In a Saturday press conference, Xcel Colorado President Robert Kennedy, Robert Henny described how the company would stage about 40 crews to begin visually examining power lines prior to re-energizing them on Sunday. A time for a full restoration of power was expected sometime Sunday. The change in the estimated restoration time means that some customers could spend a second day without electricity. Bummer. At 11 a.m. Sunday, the outage has still impacted more than 136,000 Xcel customers, according to the company's outage map. Further north, Poultry Valley REA, which did not voluntarily shut off power, was reacting to system damage within multiple crews Sunday. Its reported number of outages have dropped below 9,000 by 10:30 a.m. To the southwest of Denver metro area, Core Electric Cooperative had almost 12,000 customers without power as of 9 a.m. Sunday. Its crews were concentrated in the Conifer area. So I'm guessing they're going to blame global warming for this. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, the thing that really kind of like because I always think of like, the possible 10 steps ahead. So like if they're able to use an emergency situation to cut power for everybody's safety, whether or not that is true, like that kind of uh, can be abused in the future. Like, oh, we had to cut everybody's power off nationwide just, for the safety or whatever, and have everybody be blacked out maybe right before the election so nobody can see things that are coming out. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I can see it that way, or is it possibly an infrastructure issue? Because we know how
Yeah.
the U.S.'s infrastructure is right now. So, that could be one of those things where there's just not enough money, or maybe not enough workers, or at least qualified workers, to do what they need to do to fix the issue. So whether it's one or the other, both are not good.
Very true. And how many good employees that were working in a lot of these different companies across the country that lost their jobs because they refused certain things, and then they had to be replaced with newbies or people that weren't totally qualified for other reasons like DEI and whatnot. I mean, a lot of stuff is really starting to show its ugly head right now about how incapable we are.
Exactly, and of course they don't care.
I definitely agree with Biddy there, boss. There's a lot of these companies who are kind of lost a lot of people during COVID, and when their jobs kind of came back, it wasn't the same people getting the jobs. It was kind of new people, and the manufacturers and the skilled workers honestly didn't really come back. And as Biddy did say, the newbies did come in, and there were, I'd say, a lot of problems.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of those 136,000 people without power are OnlyFans workers.
But
Maybe they should file a class action lawsuit or something. I don't know. We'll
Maybe that's where all the rain came from, all the tears.
all the salty tears. Bring them in. Thanks, Benny Johnson. Anyways, moving on. This is from the AP. International leaders condemn Ecuador after police break into the Mexican embassy in Quito. This was a really interesting story.
Where is Quito? First of all,
it's in Ecuador.
Sorry for me being a little stupid, but I've never heard of that country once in my life.
I had to read. I mean, I knew Ecuador existed. I just didn't. I mean, Quito. Like,
yeah,
I know of Ecuador is Quito. How do you pronounce it?
Quito.
Yeah, is that right next to Ecuador?
It's
in Ecuador.
Oh. Okay.
It's a city in
continue.
Ecuador. All right. The global condemnation of Ecuador's government for its decision to break into the Mexican embassy snowballed Sunday, with more presidents and other leaders expressing disapproval, shock, and dismay. The criticism came as Mexico's ambassador and other personnel arrived in Mexico City on Sunday afternoon after departing Ecuador's capital, Quito, on a commercial flight. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, wow, I said that right, served diplomatic ties with Ecuador immediately after Friday's raid, which international law experts, presidents, and diplomats have deemed a violation of long-established international accords. Well, actually, this can be seen as an act of war.
Oh, that's why I was like, whoa, this is nuts.
Yeah, because a lot of people are looking at this like, whatever. But could you imagine if, like, in Washington, D.C., if Ecuador decided to just raid Mexico's embassy? Now, first off, they wouldn't get that far. But either way, that's like that happening here. You'd be like, what in the world is going on between these two countries?
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And it kind of opens the can of worms, like you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And because you don't see it all the time, you don't understand the magnitude of what this actually means. Because in each of those embassies, they have like secret documentation and paperwork on and files on people that are privy to that specific country.
Right.
So there could have been something that was going through at that point in time that was intercepted. Nobody knows. But, I mean, that's pretty big. I mean, embassies are basically sovereign countries.
Right.
That's what they
are. Right.
Anyways, let's continue. Alicia Bárcena, Mexico's Secretary of Foreign Relations, thanked the returning diplomats for defending our embassy in Quito, even at the risk of their own physical well-being. Quote, not even the dictator Pinochet had dared to enter a Mexican embassy in Chile, said Sunday, referring to the Chilean dictator Augusto Pinochet. They entered violently and without authorization, physically assaulting diplomats. We're energetically condemning it. Police broke through the external doors of the embassy to arrest George Glass, a former vice president who had been residing there since December. He had sought asylum after being indicted on multiple corruption charges. Okay. Bárcena said that Mexico plans to challenge the raid on Monday to a world court in Hague. She added that 18 countries in Latin America, 20 in Europe, and the Organization of American States had backed Mexico. The Spanish Foreign Ministry's statement on Sunday said the entry by force into the Embassy of Mexico in Quito constitutes a violation of the 1961 Vienna Convention of Diplomatic Relations. We call for respect of international law and harmony between Mexico and Ecuador, brotherly countries to Spain and members of the Ibero-American community. Days earlier, the AOS in a statement reminded its members, which include Ecuador and Mexico, of their obligation to not invoke norms of domestic law to justify non-compliance with their international obligations. Yeah, well,
What?
I mean, does Ecuador understand that they're surrounded on all sides?
Yep, and they're not getting
I don't
support.
know that they do.
Like they can't even defend themselves. What do they think they're going to get out of this? They don't even need the United States to go down and help. I mean, they can basically do this themselves. I mean, they're just asking to be invaded. But anyways, let's move on. This is Financial Times. All right, so this is the Financial Times. Biden to warn Beijing over aggressive South China Sea tactics. And I obviously cannot read this because I need to pay $1, which I'm not going to do. So I'm not exactly sure if somebody here in the audience, give me a second. Let me copy that. Put you there. I don't know if one of you guys can read this story, but this is definitely something we should probably cover.
I know. Let me see.
Did we start the event?
Technical difficulties.
We didn't start the event.
Oops.
We didn't start the event.
I guess I got too
That was
caught
Brian's
up.
job.
Okay,
All right.
I guess I got too caught up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Midday Rush. No.
10 minutes in, thanks to a little technical difficulties, but yeah, hopefully the people start pouring in. We are 10 minutes past. We have been going for a little bit, guys. So sorry for that. Not ping, but we will get that resolved for tomorrow. Not Brian. Roma, would you like to continue, good sir?
All right. So I'm guessing nobody can get to that. So we'll just go ahead and move on to the next story here. Let's see. There we go. All right. And this is brought to you by The Guardian.
Ooh,
Biden-
the Guardian.
The
Okay.
Guardian.
What do
Biden
they
could
have
be-
to say?
Well, actually, it's a very interesting story. Biden could be left off the general election ballot in Ohio, Republican official warns. Letter by Secretary of State warns party
Hey, that was one
that
of mine.
Democratic, warns party that Democratic National Convention is scheduled past the deadline to certify candidates. The Ohio Secretary of State has sent a letter to the Ohio Democratic Party warning that Joe Biden could be left off the November election ballot in 2024 unless the Democratic National Convention meets earlier or statutory requirements in the state are changed or exempted. According to a letter sent from the Ohio Secretary of State, Frank LaRose, a Republican, to Ohio Democratic Party Chair Liz Walters, the Democratic National Convention scheduled for August 19th, where the party officially nominates its candidate for president, is past the 7th of August deadline to certify presidential candidates on the Ohio ballot. So at least now we know it's not the Republicans that are doing this, it's the Democrats doing it to themselves. Quote,
Good job, Democrats.
I am left to conclude that the Democratic National Committee must either move up its nominating convention, or the Ohio General Assembly must act by May 9th, 2024, 90 days prior to a law's effective date, to create an exception on this statutory requirement. The legal counsel for Ohio Secretary of State Paul DeSantis wrote in a letter, according to ABC News, the Ohio Democratic Party has said they received the letter and are currently reviewing it. The Biden campaign expressed confidence that the president would be left on the ballot for November in Ohio. The Ohio General Assembly could pass an exemption waiver before the 9th of May, or the convention would have to be moved earlier, which is unlikely given logistics and scheduling issues. In 2020, the Republican and Democratic parties held their own conventions after the Ohio's deadline, and state lawmakers reduced the requirement of 90 days to 60 days before the election to be named on the ballot. Oh, right. Yeah, this would be an all-time blunder because Ohio's, 18 electorates?
Couldn't tell you.
Uh,
I don't live there. Not my circus, not my monkeys, or not.
yeah,
I don't know. Whatever that's saying.
Ohio has quite a large president or electoral college delegation, so yeah, that's pretty important.
No, I mean
Duly
look at
noted.
how many look at how many major cities that they have in Ohio. I didn't even realize you got Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton, you've got Toledo, you've got what else you got there? Canton. I mean these aren't small towns. Like these are cities with either 500,000 people or more. So
I think it says this is Ohio, you said?
Yeah.
It has
Ohio's-
17 electoral votes. You're almost right there. Yep.
It says Ohio's the only state without an ocean to have 3 1 million citizen cities. Wow.
Yeah. The stars are aligning, it looks like.
So that's why Brock's always bragging.
Right. Go Barack. Moving on to NPR. Key voting groups are shifting in the race between Biden and Trump. There have been a 4.8 magnitude earthquake that hit the Northeast on Friday, but there are indications some political tremors may also be taking place beneath the surface. I see what you did there. The latest NPR NewsHour, I was going to say Marxist poll, it probably is, found that the President Biden and former President Donald Trump are statistically tied, with Biden holding a slim 2-point lead, 50 to 48%. The closeness of the contest between the two candidates is to be expected. Given how well known they are and the fact that they ran against each other once already, people might think that voters are locked in, but the survey found that plenty of people, about 40%, said they're at least open to changing their minds. Some key demographic groups are shifting too. Young voters, Latinos, and independents in the survey are either sliding away from Biden or aren't sold on voting for him. There's a massive shift among non-white voters overall, while older voters and college-educated white voters, men in particular, are moving heavily in Biden's direction. That has the potential to reshape the presidential map again. It gives Democrats increased hopes of continuing gains in the Sun Belt states like Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, New Mexico, where the populations continue to grow more diverse and have fewer blue-collar white voters. Republicans, on the other hand, could increase their grip on parts of the industrial Midwest. Now, let's go back. So why is it, do you think, that young voters are shifting?
I mean, I think they're starting to realize, like, they're finally getting into the job market, and they're starting to realize, hey, I'm getting these paychecks. I got this college degree. Why do I have to live with 10 roommates in order to make it when I have this big degree that I just got from my college? And they're starting to connect the dots about taxes and inflation, and all these things. And they, especially when you're young, you want to be able to have the best clothes, you want to travel, you want to go out to the bars, like you want to spend money, and they realize they don't have it, and then they want to know why, and then they're figuring it out.
Yeah, exactly. What about Latinos?
Well,
I'm sorry, Brian.
What
go ahead.
about the Latinos?
I think it's just like what Biddy's talking about. I mean, these young people are getting out and they're getting slapped in the face with reality. And
Wow, thanks, Brian.
well,
It's true.
It's the truth. And oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm calling it. Tim's going to talk about this subject tonight.
I think so too.
Yeah. I mean, like,
All right.
I will say for my generation, I do believe that my generation is the most lazy. But I also will say that there are some of us, including myself, that are very hardworking, diligent, and definitely gets the job done instead of, not.
Hmm. Yeah, and then as far as Latinos, I think especially because we have a lady that's in the Discord here that she lives in Miami, and she talks about how she
Mm-hmm.
had to work super hard to become a citizen in this country, and she's pissed when she sees all these people coming across and getting everything. And I think that's a consensus that's across the country. Not only that, but also like a lot of these Americans, they're very conservative. So when it comes to things like protecting your kids and, having religious values and stuff like that being, taken away, they don't like that. And I think the miscalculations are starting to show themselves with the Biden administration. I think they think that, oh, we will give them free stuff and they'll just be happy with it. Like, no, they see what you're doing. They're not stupid. They understand what's going on.
Right. Well. Here's the key things to remember: young voters don't have a future.
Yeah.
They really don't. I mean, when you look at
Wow, thanks, boss.
when you look at the right, you look at the millennials, in our generation, and then you look at Generation X, and then you look back. There are things that have been taken out of society and replaced with something lesser.
Yep.
I said this last week when you look at not Gen Xers, but the baby boomers.
Oh,
right?
mhm.
The baby boomers, what did they have? So they were able to work with one person as head of household.
Yep.
And why is
So-
that? Because there
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of competition. There wasn't a lot
Gas
of
was
competition.
also 25 cents. Bread was also 10 cents. Like eggs were like 5 cents. I mean, come on now.
I mean that's true, but also wages weren't that high back then either. The difference though is that wages moved with, inflation.
Mhm.
So, they were able to keep up with whatever needs that were necessary for their families. On top of that, when it came to retirement, you had the single family, so you had your income that you saved, you had your social security income, and then you
Mhm.
also had your pensions. Now that
Mhm.
was sort of like the three things that come together that allowed them to, get get their retirement homes, or, start their own businesses, or, and it gave you sort of like this it gave you this idea where it's like, okay, well, if you do work hard and you do save and you do all the right things, then you're going to be rewarded at the end of the day. But nowadays, like, you can't even be in a job for 20 years and feel like you've done something important unless you've moved high up the ranks. But we all know that those different positions up at the top are being taken by, these people that get scholarships to what would you call it? To go ahead.
No, to just do like the side mission, so to speak, in a company like DEI, top executives and stuff like that.
Exactly. But going back to what I was saying, so they're getting these these degrees, these like worthless degrees, but they're still getting these positions up at the top as if like, not knowing what they're doing. And then, the people that do know what they're
Correct.
doing are leaving those companies because they feel like there's no room to improve or to grow. So like at some point it's going to come crashing down. You know, and
Yeah,
I think
like
that time is very soon.
yeah, like
Yes,
degrees
that time
over
is very,
experience.
very soon. I think that time actually may even have already come.
Exactly.
Yep.
Down to independents. So the independent voters, we got, such as myself, we got 4 years of each candidate. And we have now a record of what happened in those 4 years. And we know like, you can't hide those numbers. You can't hide your own numbers, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes any sense. All right. I had less resources 8 years ago than I have now. And I was doing way better then than now. I feel like I've gone back like 12, 15 years.
Mhm.
So you can't hide the fact that, you know, people that were doing well during that time then hit a brick wall and then are like, well, I didn't do anything different. I was actually
Mhm.
doing what I was supposed to be doing.
But Rama, you gotta.
Mhm.
So
You also got to take into consideration that they're doing everything they can to gaslight the hell out of us. But
Yep.
it's not working this time. It worked with the COVID.
Exactly.
I think COVID opened everyone's eyes, and
Yep.
that they recognize the bullshit now when they see it. So
Exactly.
Yep.
And there's enough
Even
podcasts out there now to where, you know, they're going to catch this stuff before it happens. So when they talk about things like Black Swan events, there's going to be too many people on top of it, and they're not going to be. And even if whether, you know, deep state, whatever, you know, whatever it happens or not, they're going to have a hard time convincing the public that they didn't have anything to do with it.
right.
So
Right.
good luck.
even people who are saying like they make more money now than they did, like you were saying 8 years ago, and for some reason they're broke. They don't get it, you know,
Exactly.
and they're starting to get it. By the way, Roma, I
Isn't
did
that
put
what
in
you
an
call
alternative article.
Bidenflation?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that, T-Bone?
Isn't that what you call Bidenflation?
Heh. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. A minus, T-Bone.
Yeah, A minus.
Yes, T-Bone.
All right, so it looks like Elizabeth got me an article.
Yeah, she did.
And this is the one that we were missing from earlier. It says, Biden pokes the dragon. This is from the Daily Mail. President will warn China to stop aggressive tactics in the South China Sea and announce $6.6 billion chip investment for Taiwan days after he called Xi. Now, I thought these two talked to each other in California a couple months ago, didn't they?
Yeah, they cleaned up the streets. You know, the streets of shit where they had all the poop because it was so amazing,
T-Bone.
and they cleaned up all the people doing what?
YouTube.
YouTube what?
S words.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. So sorry. Yeah, so it was the poop. There was a lot of poop on the ground, and they cleaned up the poop for this guy, this dictator. This man is a dictator, and they cleaned up the poop for him, and they cleaned up the the homeless and the people who are doing the drugs. You know, it's kind of a shame that they don't just do that on a regular daily basis, just because there's a lot of homeless or there's a lot of people doing drugs on the streets and there's a lot of poop on the streets. Maybe do that on just like a regular basis instead of doing it for when a dictator comes.
Well, I mean, I think Brian and I we covered this extensively a couple months ago, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see how they were having all of those issues around that time, and then all of a sudden, like Z comes in and everything is exactly where it needed to be. And then we also had the issue with the soldiers folding the Chinese flag or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And all the flags were lining the streets. Not one American flag to be seen. Wouldn't want to offend.
Yeah, that's pretty 1984 if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean that's a total what do you call it? Dishonorable discharge, isn't it? Like right out the door.
Oh, it
Mhm.
ought to be.
Yeah, right. All right, here we got President Joe Biden is doubling down on China's warning to stop its aggressive tactics in the South China Sea while offering Taiwan $6.6 billion investment to help it build microchips. Biden will discuss Beijing's activity towards its neighbors in Asia during the summits this week with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. He spoke with the Chinese President Xi Jinping last week. Additionally, his administration is investing in Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company so it can expand existing plans for 2 factories in Phoenix and add a third production hub in Arizona. Yeah, so there we are. Just, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do as far as Taiwan is concerned, because we're already, knees deep in what's going on in the Middle East and what's going on in Ukraine. But I mean, there's only so much money that we have. It's funny. I watch these articles every single week.
Israel, Palestine.
Yeah, the Middle East. It's not even just Israel, Palestine. It's the whole Middle East.
We have Israel, Palestine. We have Ukraine and Russia. We have what else is going on? There's China and Taiwan.
We may have some Ecuador, Mexico action going on any minute.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ecuador, Mexico action, lovely.
See, this is what happens.
The only people who aren't giving us any trouble is Canada. But honestly, do Canadians actually give anybody trouble?
They have their own problems.
You're right. I mean, the whole state of Minnesota.
Yeah, they have Castro Jr.
Anyways, hold on. What do we got?
That guy actually, you can't tell me he doesn't look like Fidel Castro. He kind of does.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop this for now. I'm gonna save these last.
Oh my gosh!
stories.
Is it that time? Is it that time?
Yes, T-Bone.
Woohoo!
Indeed.
Ah, dude, I'm so excited. Yo, it's time. It is time to do my awesome game where I'm not the best at it. Honestly, my track record has been really, really low. I'm so sorry, guys. Hopefully today I can redeem myself and do good. Yeah. That's all I have to say.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Brian?
Yeah. It's true. So, I've got 2 articles for you for Babylon, or for Bee or Not. One is a real article, the other one comes from the Babylon Bee. I have posted them here in my screen share. Article number 1. Trump says his position on abortion is whichever one will get him elected. Article number 2. Disgruntled Chipotle customer shoots employee over guacamole dispute.
Were you listening? What do you think?
Guacamole dispute.
Hey Rama, can you
disgruntled Chipotle customer shoots employee over guacamole dispute?
Yeah, no.
You think that's real or you think that's fake? You think that's real?
Rama, can you?
I mean, like, if it happened in like Chicago, I could 100% believe it. I don't know. That's the question. But like, you don't think Trump says his politician? Oh, his what? Oh, his position on abortion is whichever one will get him elected?
Oh no, I think he did say that.
Oh, you do?
Wait, did he say that?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I'm pretty sure.
You think Trump said some stupid shit like that?
Someone said. Maybe that wasn't.
South Park episode? Yeah, I think A is fake, B is real. See? Yeah. See, Crimson got it. I got this. Roma, can I get a poll?
That's
Mr.
what I'm
Boss,
doing.
can I get a poll, please? He's doing a poll.
He's doing a poll.
Yo, guys. Dude, I gotta show you this photo, bro. Brian picked it out, but, like, we gotta wait. It's... I'm excited.
Steak sauce.
He did. He did.
All right, guys, you got 1
But we
minute.
gotta-
3, 2, 1.
We got 1 minute.
Go.
Okay, Trump's abortion election or Chipotle's deadly guac.
Deadly
You think the deadly guac is the fake article?
Glock.
They brought a Glock to the guac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Dude, everybody thinks A is fake.
He brought a Glock
Dude,
for
I'm going
Glock.
with A, bro.
It's fake.
A is fake, bro. I think 2 is real.
2 is real.
Okay,
That's what I
so
think.
let me go back to my screen share again, and I will reveal the B article as soon as I get it. There we go. And
I just want to sing my song. I have a song that I sing.
Sing your song.
I can only sing it if I win.
there's the winner. You won, T-Bone.
Yay!
Are you ready to listen to my song?
Yeah.
All T-Bone does is win, 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 no matter what.
Got money on his mind.
I
That one was
never
easy.
given up. Okay, guys. That means. Brian, is it my time?
It is your time, T-Bone.
Guys, it is this time for today's Caption This, where I give you a photo and you give me a caption. Guys, today, the lovely wise man Brian got to pick this photo, and all I gotta say is, guys, this is the best fish I had ever seen. The best fish. All I'm saying is this is the best fish.
Goodness.
I mean, only the best people can catch this fish, and this fish is probably the best type of sushi in the world.
This
That's
is.
all I'm gonna say.
Oh my
The best
goodness.
sushi. The best sushi in the world. I'm saying this. Nobody has ever said it. Actually, you know what? Count that as wrong. Everybody else has said it. Everybody believes these things, guys.
The craziest thing is that the skin looks so real in this
You're
AI
fired.
photo.
You're fired. I'm telling you, you're fired. That's a great photo. Brian, thank you for picking this photo. Boss, what do you think?
I'm typing mine in right now.
Biddy, got any ideas?
I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm not
I'm
the
telling you.
best at caption this. I'm not. I have my moment.
Biddy, I am telling you, this is the best fish. Everywhere. Everyone has said it. Everyone has said it. This is the best fish around. I wonder
Oh,
what
we
Chris
got
is
some-
going to say. Finding
we
Nemo
got
2,
some
Trump
good ones
searches
in
for America. That's a good one.
The blooming fish.
That deserves a 20. That definitely. Chris, that's a really good one. I will have to say, sir. Wonderful job. Wonderful one.
All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start from the top. We've got still better candidate than Biden. We've got
Facts.
Trump. Yeah, right. Trumpy and the blowfish. We've got 24-karat goldfish.
If he would, he could. Crimson. He would coin that too.
We've got
Wait, is there anything in the Trump accent that I can do?
I mean, they all can be done, but let's see.
Trump fish? Yeah. Well, that's what it is, guy.
Let's see. We've got a I've heard of a Trump card, but got to get fished.
Wait,
Finding
what?
Nemo 2, Trump searches for America. Flounder after his father leaves him a $200 million inheritance. New deep sea species found. Researchers are calling it the blow me fish.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Stiffy. Stiffy, that's a good one.
Trump confirms he's not just another fish in the sea.
That's a good one.
We've got deep state to use DOJ to go on a fish hunt.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
This
Actually,
one,
I
oh wow, took swimming the red wave too literally.
These are
the
good.
the Gulf of Mexico isn't sending their best. Nice, Rick, you've done it.
That's a good
Dr.
one.
Seuss forgets to count the best fish ever.
Hey!
One fish, two fish, Trump fish?
Yes, fish.
New species, grab her by the catfish.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh, these are great. Wow, there's a lot of 20s
I'm telling
to
you,
go around.
Brian picked a great photo.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, Crimson. These are all too good. I'm so torn. I don't know what I don't know.
Hey, Leprechaun, what do you think? One fish, two fish, Trump fish.
The blowy fish.
The blow me fish. Oh, you like that one? Hold on, let me get to it. It said, new deep sea species found. Researchers are calling it the blow me fish.
There's-
Oh, we got
No,
too
not
many
that
good
one.
ones today. Let's
Finding
see.
Nemo 2, Trump searches for America. No.
Hold on, I'm getting these.
I
all
heard of a
set
Trump
up.
card, but to get fished? I don't get it. New species. Grab her catfish.
Come on, I know you know this one.
Recent discovery causes 100% dropout rate in marine biology. University. What? T-bone out here using a lifeline. What? Oh yeah, I have a lifeline. I'm
Nice.
trying to come up. Yeah, yeah, guys. So you know what? Brian just put it in chat, but guys, tonight on Timcast IRL is none other than Tiffany Justice, Moms for Liberty. Right, Brian?
Yeah.
Moms for Liberty. Yeah. So she seems like a pretty conservative woman. America.
Is that the same lady that was on with Joy Reid talking about the books? Yeah. Oh, I love her.
Could not tell you.
Yeah, she
Could
put
not
Joy
tell you.
Reid in
What
her
does she look
place.
like? Catch Me If You
Oh.
Can. The director's
Wouldn't
cut.
you like to know what she looks like?
Yeah. What does she look like?
Yeah, she's an amazing lady. Hold on. Let me get I'm
Okay.
working off my
So
phone, so my
Yeah, so while
apologies.
you're doing that, I'm gonna put up the poll for this one. Oh man, these are great.
I know this woman. I have seen this woman before. I have definitely seen this woman before. Democrats are on a fishing expedition. No, but that's a Trump fish. Come on now, guys. Get it right.
All right, and
Fannie
here's the
Willis
poll in
fever
3,
dream?
2,
What?
1, go.
24 karat goldfish. Flounder after his father leaves him with $2 million.
$200 million
Researchers.
herds.
Dog, you did. Okay, no. A new deep sea species found. Researchers are calling it the blow me fish. I do like that one. Finding Nemo 2, Trump searches for America. Took swimming and the red wave to literally. Nah, I'm going with C. Deep sea species. Researchers are now calling it the blow me fish. The blow me fish. You're fired. You're
All
fired.
right, you got 15
You're
seconds.
fired.
And I bet you any money Lee's already on it, doing the thing.
Lee,
Getting
do the
back
thing.
Oh, I already know.
Trump announces $500 collectors go fish card game. Dude, what? I don't know, man.
What do we got here? And the winner of Caption This Monday edition is new deep sea species found. Researchers are calling it the blow me fish. I had to do it in that tone of voice.
Freaking good. I'm telling you, that's good. That was it right there. Oh man.
Dude, wait, what now? What's going on? Hello?
Blow me fish.
Stiffy won.
Stiffy won? Oh, snap.
Oh, she stole your
Oh.
line. She stole your
Oh,
line.
wow.
What happened? All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Ah, Stiffy, congratulations, man. Congratulations.
That was good, girl.
Oh man, I love Caption This. That's my jam.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
I can't believe I only got one vote. Like
Like
that
I
was
still love you, Roma.
like mine was pretty clever.
I mean, boss, yours is always clever, but that's just because you're the boss, you know?
I gave you a laughing emoji.
What the actual?
Well, guys, we do have some time. Boss, would you like to continue with the articles?
Oh, these are great. I'm gonna
Yeah?
save some of these.
Okay.
All right.
man.
Let's go on to the next article.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
Pull this one up here. There we go. All right. Judge who allegedly let gun-toting squatting migrant off the hook despite DA's bail plea previously let cop beaters go. Here we go. All right. A Venezuelan migrant busted on gun and drug charges while squatting with the 7 others in a Bronx home was sprung by a judge who previously released 2 men who beat a cop, the Post had learned. Bronx Criminal Court Justice Eugene Bowen, a Democrat who ran unopposed in 2023, freed Hector de Silva Villalta, I guess, despite prosecutors asking for the jurist to set bail in this case, records show. He was arrested after someone called 911 to report that he allegedly flashed a gun at another man outside of a home last week. In November, Bowen, 48, released 2 men allegedly caught on video beating a cop who asked them to put out their cigarettes inside of a Bronx subway station. Is that it? Oh, there we go. Wow, what is that?
He
Is
looks
that
strong
T-Bone if you
out.
went rogue? No, that looks like Brock. Anyways,
Whoa, come on now. Come on. That is so not me. He is way too ugly to be me.
Kareem McClary, 23, and Isaiah Jessamy, 20, were with the assault. Were hit with assault charges and allegedly beating up Officer John Hernandez at the Freeman Street Station November 13, according to court documents in the NYPD. Wasn't this video that we saw of they were kind of like ganging up on him and attacking him from different angles? It was about a month ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny that they talk about squatters in this situation because that seems to be the term nowadays. But I have a question though. Like, it's funny to me that you don't seem to see squatters in like Compton. You know, you don't
Yeah.
seem to see squatters in projects. You know, like in say Chicago.
Odd.
Mhm.
Or
Very, very
St.
odd.
Louis,
Wouldn't you
St.
say,
Louis,
boss?
Atlanta.
And we have
Like,
many projects to go around in the Bronx, that's for sure.
oh, of course you do. Of course. And especially some of the older buildings that have space. You don't see any of them squatting in there. So
Mhm.
so that right there should
Never.
tell you. I mean, I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to get us, blacklisted.
Mhm.
But,
Mm.
there's something to think about.
Yeah, it's very odd. It's like the hits just keep on coming. You know, they're just allowing criminals to thrive, and if you try to stop them, you become the criminal.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Hold on. Let's go. Really? Okay. Well, it's not. Okay. That didn't work. I was trying to full screen this, but that's fine. All right. This is from ABC News. Let's end on a white pill, shall we?
Yeah.
Paralyzed man who can walk again shows potential benefit from stem cell therapy. All right. A Mayo Clinic study used the patient's stem cell to help repair the spinal cord. I guess, is that it right there?
Yeah, it looks like that's him, like with his neck down going to the right, and then that's his like shoulder.
What is that? That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C7?
Ooh, fancy.
All right. The man who was
Okay,
paralyzed from the
okay.
neck down after a surfing accident 7 years ago is now able to stand and walk on his own, thanks in part to a potentially groundbreaking stem cell treatment. Chris Barr was the very first patient in Mayo Clinic study that collected stem cells from his own stomach fat, expanded them in a laboratory to 1 million cells, and then injected the cells into Barr's lumbar spine. Over 5 years after undergoing therapy, Barr said he's continuing to gain more independence and getting faster at walking. Quote, I never dreamed I would have a recovery like this, Barr told ABC News. I can feed myself. I can walk around. I can do day-to-day independent activities. Barr shared an update with Reeve on his own progress as Mayo Clinic publishes new data showing the success of stem cell treatment in a clinical trial involving 10 patients, including Barr. According to the trial's results published on Monday in the journal, 7 of the 10 patients experienced increased strength in muscle motor groups and increased sensation to prickliness and light touch. The three patients in the study had no response to the stem cell therapy, meaning they did not get better or worse, according to the Mayo Clinic based in Rochester, Minnesota. Quote, these findings give us hope in the future. Yeah, it does, because you know, this is almost as big as when they found sort of like the, you know, quote unquote cure for HIV. You know, so, but what we don't want to do is we don't want to get ahead of ourselves on this, because yeah, 7 out of 10 help, but only 1, which is 10%, you know, was able to get, you know, most of their functions back. You know, so just because this is a revelation doesn't mean that you need to go out and do stupid things and think that you're going to be saved in the end, because
Good point. And
Yeah,
it
for
also
all of the
patient,
women
too.
doing OF, and they believe, or they think, they're so delusional, that they can be, I don't want to say saved by God, but you know, try and turn a new light. It's possible. Don't get me wrong. It's not impossible, but it's highly improbable.
And it relies on the patient as well, because they have to
Oh yes,
do
100%. And if
a lot of
a
work
lot
in
of
their therapy.
a lot of people say they want it, but they don't really want it. Continue, Biddy.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You know, you can say, I wish this, I wish that, but until you put in the work, it ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
Very, very true. Well said, Biddy. Well said.
There we go. Well, that does it for our news segments. Do we have? Let's see. We've got about 8 minutes left. Did anybody in the audience that would like to come up and talk about any of our stories we had today? Possibly any of our any white pills they've got going on? Anything they would like to shill? Please raise your hand. Yeah, but outside of that, yeah, it looks like things are going well here. I love this. I love the fact that we're getting our recordings down. Soon,
Oh yes, as do I.
Yeah, soon Brian and I are going to be working on getting some
Like
getting
graphics
some
and things.
scenes and graphics and things like that are going to really make this, you know, spice things up a bit for us. So
Wonderful, wonderful, guys. Stick in till couple more weeks when we have all that figured out. Sanoski, sir, would you like to say anything, good sir?
Hey, Sanoski.
oh, did he get discorded?
He may have been discorded.
It's always you, man.
It's
Mr. Oh, I was gonna say, Mr. Sanders, if you would like to say something, good sir, you are more than
Come on.
welcome
No,
to
no, I
chime
wasn't
in.
talking to you. Why did he leave?
Yeah, Noah, we definitely were not talking to you, good sir.
Yeah, Noah, get back up here, man.
Come on now, sir.
Is he even in? He's... Oh, there he is. All right.
I am here. I just left because I missed most of the show and I didn't want to mess up your ending.
Mess up our ending. We have a couple minutes, sir.
Yeah, we told
Well,
people to
if
come on
we
stage.
if we have a couple minutes, I would like to say I did leave a little link that I just saw on Twitter, where allegedly Joe Biden uses a gay slur on a man for singing him Lana Del Rey.
Oh, I hope that's true. I hope it goes viral.
You know it probably
Hold on.
is.
That's literally his only base that he has left.
Okay,
Definitely just puts the end to it.
Hold
all.
on, I've got it here. Give me a second. All right, and go. Whoops.
Tell me I'm your national anthem. Red, white, blue is in the sky, summer's in the air, and baby heaven's in your eyes. I'm your national anthem. Julia, what did you think? Oh, can I sing for you? Please tell me I'm your national
What did he say?
Allegedly called him a bundle of sticks.
Red, white. Oh, can I sing for you? Please tell me I'm your national anthem. Red, white, blue is in the
Look at this
sky.
guy
I heard
here.
some, but I don't know if it was a bundle of sticks.
Pretty sure it was.
Okay. All right. Well,
Hey,
Pretty
Bundle
sure it
of
was.
sticks.
all right.
oh boy.
Bundle of sticks. Yeah, that's the politically correct way. Terminology, I think.
This is
I mean,
sure.
either that or you could
How
call it
well-versed
the
in
butt
it?
of a. Either that or you could call it the butt of a cigarette. Either of those two are technically.
Well, no. See. The butt of a cigarette is what the people over in England and the UK call it, and we live here in America. Do not call it that, sir.
I didn't get a chance to hear it, but I'll take your guys' word for it. I'll watch it later.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone.
All right. Sinoski, what you got? What? Did he? Where'd he go?
Oh
All
no,
right,
we
I've
lost
also
him.
got to go.
Sinoski, sir.
It's about
Thank
to
you,
get loud
Noah.
here, so. No, thank
Thank you
y'all. I
very much,
appreciate
sir,
this
Noah.
show that y'all put on every weekday. It's amazing. I love it. I hope it gets bigger and better.
Thank
very
you, sir.
much, Noah.
Thank you very
Man,
much,
thank
sir.
you.
All right. Well, looks like he jumped down. If he gets into the next minute, just bring him up.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'll definitely try to bring him up then.
Yeah. Well, folks, you'll see us here every single day, Monday through Friday, between 6 and 7. And I mean, we'll have a bunch of different faces up here. I mean, what's it, like 7 of us? So
Yeah.
so you're always gonna get a whole bunch of different personalities. But yeah, definitely want to thank you guys for joining in. There he is. Yeah, it's really good. Really good. And it's not even like a bench. It's like a rotating 7.
It looks like we have Michael and Sinoski with their hands raised. They might want to say.
Wow.
Well, Sinoski was just up here, and then
Can y'all hear me?
yes.
Yes,
No,
sir.
we-
We can hear you. How are you?
Yay!
I can't grab Michael for some reason. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm having some.
I'm glad that we found out my mic wasn't working before I started Pretardcast.
Oh, of course,
Right.
of course.
Ooh.
Guys, do
That
not
would've been
forget
fun.
to chime in next for Pretardcast. But Sinoski, sir, would you like to say anything to anybody?
Well, all I'll say is I didn't raise my hand earlier, so I don't know how I got pulled up. But good caption list today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you like did you really like it? Because Brian picked it out of the bundle of pictures that I had.
It made me think.
Good. Good. We will definitely try and make you think for tomorrow. But, Sanoski, it is that time for us to end our stage to hand it over to you, good sir.
All right. Well, I will
so
leave your stage, and you can do your handoff.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Guys, like I said in the very, very beginning, thank you very, very much for listening into our very own Midday Rush. I am your host, T-Bone. That is the boss, Roman Nation, the lovely Elizabeth, and the wise man himself, Brian. Please end us out, good sir.
All right, everybody, get off my lawn. Stay on the sidewalk. Pre-start cast starts right about now.